Hello. It has definitely been a while, and I haven't been able to make videos a lot. So, well, yeah, it's been a while. So, one quick story. While we're setting this up, we were playing StoneHearth. It's in Alpha 28 Early Access on Steam. You can find it in the description. I did a lot over the summer, but I couldn't do much during the rest of the year. So, while I have time today, I'll just explain what's the future, and we are gonna go with the Ascendancy, just for a more enjoyable playthrough. So over the summer, there'll probably be about anywhere from 1 to 3 videos a week, depending on how many I can record. We'll probably be doing Minecraft, Terraria, StoneHearth, and any other games I decide to play. I have several. If there's something you want me to play, generally it'll have to be free because I don't have money to buy games right now. But if it's something free or I can check if I have it, I'd be glad to record those. I appreciate feedback, of course. And that's about it for what's been going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off in a temperate location, Darkmoor Forest. We're going to do normal. So this is a game where you build up a town, and there's also a quest line that you have to complete. Well, you don't have to, but what you can choose to complete. One thing I suggest, because I'll be doing this for my Hearthlings, I usually want a 6 on at least each of the at least 1 6 on each stat. And so there's a 6 there, a 6 there, but not like a 6 in the what is it called? Body. So let's just keep rolling until we get what we need. Now Spirit, like right here, that would be great. Spirit, I don't mind as much to be as high, but I still think we'd need it. Otherwise, I would totally take this setup because that's amazing. But I still want a 6 in each category. Let's see. Nope. This may be a while. That is an amazing 2 6s, another 6, another 6, and another 6. But Geofundes is ruining it because you don't want 2 6s together because then you can't use it. It's like wasting. I'm very picky about it. Again, 6, 6, 6, 6. None in the Spirit. You gotta have these for certain jobs. It really, really enhances the gameplay. Oh, whoopsies. That may have had 6s. 6, 6, 6. Alright. I always suggest getting the Trapper's Knife, because I personally think it will help you the most for food-wise. And, I mean, buying a wooden hoe, farmer's hoe, you can get it so early. And the other things, like the food, if you're getting a trapper, you're going to get food, and you're going to get a lot of food. One thing about this map is it kind of cuts off right there, so I'm going to get a different map. I like some mountain, but not a whole lot. Let's see. Now this one looks actually pretty nice. So I like to get a little bit of balance. I prefer 3-3-3, but that's so hard to find. You don't want to settle in the mountains usually. See, like right there. Now it says there's only 2 minerals, but the thing is, it's such a short of a walk, I guess you could say, to get to those mountains. And those mountains are where the ores are, and once you start mining there, you are set. So we're gonna settle here. We'll wait for it to generate. and we'll be back once it is. Alright, and we're back. One thing I want to point out right before we get started with the settlement here, I forgot to mention earlier, is that yes, I will have videos in the summer. Until then, over the next 4-ish months, I'm not sure how many I'll have. Maybe none, maybe a few here and there. I mean, I'm not doing this for money or anything, I'm just doing it because it's a fun thing to do, so I don't feel obligated to have a certain schedule, but I would like you guys to be informed of what's happening. So there you have it. We are going to settle right in this clearing. New Friend Crossing, that's a name. Let's name this settlement. I like naming settlements after U.S. capitals, so I believe we are going to have Pierre. Alright, so we want to start off, just gather all the trees. Deforestation. Alright, get that going. I always like to maintain 4 workers right here. So this guy, 6 mind, are gonna change his job and he's gonna become our carpenter. And then the guy who has the most spirit, Selvin Rook, he is going to become a trapper because of his spirit, because spirit goes well with the shepherd since it contributes towards compassion, as well as it contributes towards courage, which is nice for a footman. I believe that body is better for a footman than courage, though you probably do want a 3 or higher on a footman, not a 1, because then they won't fight and they'll constantly be running away and cowering. So let's do Selvin Rook, and if you do want your a Hearthling to be named after you, I can do that. Alright, so now we're going to set up a stockpile. Just do a big one right there. And then we're going to set up some trapping area. Yes. Alright, so let's look around in the near vicinity, see if we have any berry bushes. Some berry bushes down there, but I'm not sure I want to go down there yet. Oh, here's some. So instead of harvesting them immediately, I just want to move them over to here for the time being, and then we can harvest them over there, and we don't have to keep going over there to get food. It makes things more efficient, and sometimes I use berry bushes for decoration. After they kind of become almost useless. It doesn't matter what way they're facing. Zoom out here. Alright, let me get these last 2 bushes. And then we can start on our carpenter's workbench. Alright. So let us pull up this carpenter workbench, wait for him to make that, and place that down, and then we will get him started. Let's have this banner facing this way. Grab traveler, some free food. Let's place down this. Wait for them to come back from collecting berry bushes. While they're at that, I'll put some more gather. Alright, and let's get a tunnel started. Just a small one for now. Alright, looks like we have the workbench, so let's get started on working with that. Let's see, we should probably start off with the building so that he can gain experience, since when you build a building, it automatically sends what he needs to build. Nope, not place item, place building. We're just gonna start with a shared sleeping quarters for now. And let's put that over here. I don't want it to be too close to the wall. Build right there. We're gonna build that. Yes, start building. Alright, so they'll start clearing out spaces for that, and he'll start putting that where it needs to go. Crafting the beds and the windows and doors. Let's get that harvested. They will harvest it when it comes time for food if I don't already do it, since they have a priority of things to do that I found. I found that building is generally number one. Of course, always going back to your camp standard at a time of town alert mode. That's it. Town alert mode. That'll always take priority with fighting. The next is building generally, then harvesting food and trees, then mining, and then gathering loose items, especially looting. The problem with that is that when looting things far away, which often happens, it takes a while to get, and that often has the good things that we need, like weapons and materials and armor. So, and Arwen Farstrider has become a level 1 carpenter. So, that is wonderful. Now, we are going to harvest these bushes, actually. Wait for him to place that. Sorry. Wait for them to get that building up, and we can get the carpenter to make more things once he levels up. And for all those who don't know their geography very well, Pierre is in the Dakotas. That's the capital. Okay, now we need to queue some things. We need a wooden practice sword. We also need to find silkweed. But I find that silkweed also always isn't the best to get at the beginning, because you can have farmers do that just as easily. So it's not a necessity, but it is nice to have some at the beginning, just so you can get some simple things made by the weaver. Let's get some of these made, just for when we build certain buildings. I will design some buildings. I already have some buildings I have designed, like a mason's workshop and a cook's kitchen that I've made on my own. But besides that, there's a whole lot that I've made, and then of course we'll use the carpenter's workshop that's already been provided, and cottages and such. But what I really want to use is the tier 2. I think those look absolutely beautiful. The art in this game, I would say, is pretty good, even though it's cubes a lot. Alright. They are going to finish that building, and I am going to assign more mining. If I could get the right tab. Here we go. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. That was one too many. Let's just do that. Alright. Now we will wait for them to finish that building. We'll get a footman, amongst other things, and mason, all the other jobs that we need. Eventually we'll venture down here, get some stuff. We also need flowers, which I find are also good done by the farmer. But again, those are taken in, or those are grown in later levels. But for the herbalist to work at all, you need lots and lots of flowers, because those recipes take lots and lots of flowers. As well as some of them also use silkweed. And if you go the mason way when you're gaining a township, you really need a lot of flowers. I would like to go for the military route on township. If you'll see what I'm talking about if you don't know what the township part of this game is. But that will require probably 2 footmen nearish to the beginning to get the Varana skins and the Goblin Honor tokens. Now, the Goblin Honor tokens I know are a chance to drop, and if you get really unlucky, they don't drop at all. I had that happen just my last playthrough. So, I mean, there's a whole lot you can do about that, but luckily they provide other options. You don't have to stick with the one that you say you're going to do. But the Varana skin is always a guarantee, and usually they'll come, and if they don't come in the beginning, then they'll come in the end. But they're not too hard to fight. Alright, Carpenter is level 2, so we're going to have a Farmer's Hoe made, and we don't have any stone yet, so we're not going to get a Mason Chisel and Hammer. We're going to put that at the top of the queue. And we're also going to have a Carpenter Tool Bunch made. Actually, we are not. We're going to have the Carpenter's Workshop made before we'll need that. So, I think we're fine there. And we're going to get a farmer here in a second. Farmers usually don't need that great of skills unless, except for the first one, which you can plan on making a cook. So the first one will need a little bit of mind skill, but not as much as, like, say, a carpenter or a mason, or even a blacksmith for that matter. So let's wait for him to put it in the stockpile. Okay, citizens. So I think pretty much an average person, maybe a 4. This guy right here, he would probably be a good farmer. His most average stats here, he doesn't have a 5 or a 6 in something. Generally, I like to use 6s on our most skilled ones, but if we say we don't get a 6 from a daily update, a 5 would work just fine, but a 6 is preferable. So we're going to change the jobs here to a farmer. Oops, sorry. Alright, now let's wait for him to promote himself. Okay, so 11 by 11 farms are usually the best. We can probably just set them up right here. We can get a turnip one going and a carrot one going for now. Now we just wait for that building to be finished. I'm going to set this on speed 2 for now. As the campfire glows, we dawn on night, day 2. Actually, they don't dawn on night. Been at night for a while, but we'll call it dawn.